Don't forget to let me know you guys are out there by liking, subscribing, and coming back every week for new content. What's up, guys? It's Ryan again, here for another episode of Dinner and a Monster. Today's installment is a movie called, oh no, I forgot the name, but All Light Will End. It was from 2018, and honestly, I don't recognize any of the actors or actresses in the film. Actually, there is one that I recognize, and where's my phone? I meant to look all this up. I'm going to be honest, guys, it's been a very long day. I have to work 6 days this week in a row before I get another day off. So, of course, it's been hectic. I'm on day 3, so I'm over the, there it is. I'm over the hump, I guess you'd say. But it's still, it's very tiring. I actually wanted, that's the name. I actually wanted to do this yesterday, because yesterday was when I watched the film, but unfortunately, I gotta be honest, like I said, I was so tired when I got home. I just watched the movie and that was it. So today I'm doing it, but anyway, like I said, it was 2018's All Light Will End. The only actor I even recognized in this film was John Schuck. I think that's how you pronounce his name, S-C-H-U-C-K. He's been in a lot of different things. I'm trying to see, I think I know him from, oh gosh, he was on Freakazoid, the cartoon. But I know that there is another, there's a movie, I promise you, that I know him 100% from. Okay, so in the late 80s, early 90s, he replaced Fred Gwynne as Herman Munster. I didn't really like that one too much. Oh, he was also in My Mom's a Werewolf, which was good stuff. And he was in something else, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and for the life of me, I cannot remember. He was also in Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, so that's pretty cool. But I cannot find Hey Arnold, Voyager, which I didn't watch Star Trek, Law and Order, stuff like that. So anyway, he's one of those actors that you see him and you're like, I know that guy, but you can never figure out where you know him from. And I swear he's been in a lot of things that I've seen. But again, he doesn't look completely how I remember him, but as soon as he spoke, I was like, oh, it's that guy. And I just can't remember everything he's been, he's been from. I can't remember everything he has been in. I thought, and I don't want to say it because I'll feel like an idiot if I say it. I thought he was in another, like in a Disney movie, but apparently he was not. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So he's the only recognizable person in the entire film, and he plays a psychiatrist, which you don't really see for very long. And excuse me, I'm really thirsty. It was a long day. And I'm an ice chewer, so I'll apologize for that too. Alright, so the idea of the film is, it's a little bit of a confusing film. I'm not going to lie to you. It's definitely not how I thought the film was going to be, just by the name and the description. And I've totally forgotten what the girl's name is. Again, I apologize. I'm just so tired today. But I want to keep my content going. Oh, Diana, that's her name. Was it Diana? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it's not Diana, it's Savannah. Okay, so in this film, it kind of flashbacks occasionally. And there's this little girl named Savannah, and she's afraid of what's under the bed, afraid of what's in the closet, and all this stuff. And her dad is a police officer, and her mom convinces her there's nothing under the bed, there's nothing in the closet, and she sings to her and all this stuff. Well, her mom her mom commits suicide at one point, and so that's pretty traumatic. And Savannah, the young girl, who's, you know, I guess a woman, she's run away, but she gets out of town and moves up north. leaving her little brother and her dad alone, which is weird because when it does the flashbacks to her being a little girl, it doesn't flashback like her brother. So that's just weird to me that it doesn't show her brother at all when they're little. It just shows her when she's little. And I don't understand. But anyway, so what happens is her youngest brother, or her younger brother, I'm sorry, is going to graduate. Now, it does not specify graduate high school or college, because when you actually see him, he looks a little too old to be a high school student. But hey, the chick who played Andrea on Beverly Hills 90210 was like 30 when she played like a 16-year-old. So, no judgment, but he just didn't look the part. She looked the part. So so Savannah decides to give in. She's going to go to her brother's graduation that weekend, and she takes her boyfriend, who I believe is Jack, and then two of their friends, which it has that typical kind of like lovey-dovey couple that are always, going at it type vibe, but you don't really see, there's no nudity in this movie. There's a few swear words, but absolutely no nudity. There's a point where the other couple is having sex and you can hear it like through the wall. But aside from that, so they go to the family cabin, which the father doesn't even live in, but he's very specific about how like everything should stay the same. And so she's going to be, she doesn't even sleep in her old room, I don't believe, but she will have these blackouts where she will go into, so she said sometimes she'll be in a hospital and she's wearing a hospital gown and she sees this really tall figure, and it's basically a person in a cloak with a cow skull on their head. And that's one thing I didn't like about the movie. It doesn't explain the significance of the cloak with the cow skull. Yeah. So anyway, so of course people are going to get bumped off and they're going to die, and the ending is quite a twist. I will give it that. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now the movie does drag. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not action until later on in the film. And you're kind of confused at one part because the person who should have done something, who could do something, doesn't do anything. And you're just kind of like, really? You could have stopped this, you could have fixed this, but instead you're just going to continue to let it happen. The biggest subject about it, I think, is what I've always been a big fan of, which is nature versus nurture. And I can't go too far in depth with that because I don't want to give away with what goes on from there. So nature versus nurture. If you watch the film, just remember that, keep that in your mind, and you'll start to put the pieces together. And by the end, you'll go, oh, okay, so that's what she meant. Right. So now that that's out of the way, yes, I would recommend seeing it. But here's the thing: don't see it when you're sleepy, which I did, which was a mistake because when you're tired, you don't concentrate as well, and things seem to drag, and things seem longer than they really are. So it does have a good twist at the end. It's not my favorite movie. It's probably not even on my list of favorite horror movies, but it is a good film, and I do recommend you see it, especially if you like more of a thriller film than you do like a monster movie. So now that all that's done, I've got a couple of things to tell you. First of all, I have applied for a Patreon because I want to be able to give you guys great content without draining my finances. I only work retail. I work 40 hours a week, but I do have a slew of bills, and it's hard for me to improve my camera and improve my microphone and stuff like that when I don't have the money to do it. So that's why I'm starting a Patreon. It's currently in the preview stages. So I should hopefully find out either tomorrow or Wednesday whether it got accepted or not. It should have been accepted. I have a lot of great prizes for you guys, cool stuff, secret stuff, because everybody, I told a friend of mine, he goes, well, what should we make? And I'm like, no, that's the thing, is you want it to be a surprise, because everyone likes a surprise. That's why people do Loot Crate and all those other, mystery boxes, because they like the surprise of opening the box and be like, holy crap, this is awesome. So I'm going to have that in the Patreon. Let's see. Also, I have an email that I've set up specifically for Dinner a Monster. So if you have questions or comments or concerns, or sometimes I may do a raffle and I'd be like, send me an email instead of comment, or what I'm about to talk about, which is coming up in just a second, do that, whatever. The email, which I will try to put at the bottom of the screen, but I don't know if I can, but I'll definitely put it in the information section. I'm just still like, I don't know how to edit to save my life. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to find somebody that could edit. But it's dinnerandamonster@outlook.com. Okay, I was going to go with Hotmail or something, but Outlook, I was like, man, nobody ever does Outlook anymore. So now the reason I'm telling you the email, I also have a Twitter, which is Dinner and a Monster, and I have Instagram, which is Dinner and a Monster. Now, I haven't really updated the Instagram yet, so don't worry about following that one, but the Twitter is Dinner and a Monster. I follow it, so if you know my handle, yeah, sorry, my computer's telling me stuff. Anyway, so Dinner and a Monster at outlook.com, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I have a side project that I want to work on, and I need you guys' help, okay? So what I need you to do is I need you to think really hard on this, okay? And so weird things happen in public all the time, especially things that are what you almost want to think are private, but you're still in a public setting, such as the public restroom, okay? So what I mean by that is I have witnessed it, and I know other people have witnessed it, where you are sitting there doing your business and the person next to you is either having a very loud private conversation, or they're making comments, or they're saying various things. So I'm going to start a section of my show. Well, I would say of my show. It's going to be on this channel, but it's going to be more content, and it's going to be called Tales from the Lavatory Stall. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to sit down, think about it, and type out and email me your absolute favorite thing that you've ever heard come from another stall. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to read those on YouTube. Okay, because again, I think it's hilarious, the things that I've heard, and I'm gonna submit some of my own too, that I've experienced, because especially if you work in retail or you go to a retail environment and whatnot, you will hear crazy stuff. That's just how it is. Because again, people don't realize they're in a public setting. They're not at home privately in their own bathroom. So so send me those, and when you do it, you can either do it a handle, you can do it a Twitter handle, you can put your real name, whatever you want to do, but make sure I have some sort of name to go by, and that I have a city and a state. You don't have to give me your address, just a city and a state, so I can say like so and so from Buford, Georgia, blah blah blah, whatever. Because then you know I'm specifically talking about yours. Also, we need to keep it clean. My show is specifically PG rated, even though, well, sometimes PG-13, but even though I do talk about horror movies which can have adult content, I try to keep the language and the sexual content down, just for that reason. So if you do send these, I can kind of edit the swearing a little bit, but I don't care about if you heard two people doing their business, going at it in the next stall. That's not what I care about. I care about funny stories or funny things that you heard from the stall next to you while you were taking a Count Dooku, right? Because it's mostly when you hear that stuff. So anyway, yes, so do all that. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and pass it on. I am at 64 followers, 64 subscribers right now. So I'm about, if I'm doing the math correct, 36 shy of being able to get youtube.com/dinnerandamonster, which would be awesome because it would help me out. I can make business cards and it would be great. So if you guys can help me out with that, that would be fantastic. Pass it around. Get me some more subscribers so I can get this URL. Also, send me emails with the messages, or send me emails with the stories of what you've heard in stalls beside you in a bathroom, and I will read. I'll try to get all of them. I'll pick out the best ones, but for time reasons, I will try to do them all. I'm not sure what next episode is going to be. I'm thinking of doing a zombie movie because I owe something to someone. and it'll all be explained on that day. So expect another one. I think Friday, Saturday. I'm off those 2 days, and hopefully I will be less drained and less tired, and I can do this for you. So you guys have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is where you are, and I hope to catch you soon.